Hi everyone, welcome back to Spirit Hunter NG. We should be finishing up the Screaming Author section tonight. I am pouring some Coke here. I'm trying to just get past this game because there's other things I would like to stream. And I also use my PlayStation to watch Netflix and Hulu and YouTube, and I can't watch those things if I'm recording videos because I have to turn off something that I need turned on to watch that stuff. If some of you guys are familiar with the Elgato and game capture, you know what I'm talking about. Alright, so we've learned that Yakumo Miroku might have been kidnapping girls and removing their arms and limbs. And his house is outside the realms of time and space. And so we should be handling it. And it seems to be based off... it seems like all the stories are going to be based off Japanese folk tales. And this one is... I can't remember the name of it, but it's about a crane that rewards the man by looming something. And she asks the man not to peek, not to look at her while she's working. But the man, of course, looks at her while she's working and realizes, oh, she's a crane. And the crane is like, you bastard, and then flies off. So, all right. And I'm going to be cheating because it's just obnoxious to play this game just guessing everything. So, it's just best if I cheat. Oh, sorry. So I want to get those ready here. Alright, so the sun sets and the meeting time approaches. Bon and Rosé seem like the type that don't mind making others wait, but hate being kept waiting. Jesus. People are assholes, aren't they? I better head out. This feeling. Yep, it's here. A whisper comes from somewhere. It's time for a tale. The man found a poor little birdie. The man wanted to save the little birdie. The whispering stops. Cold sweat slides down my cheek and drips off the peak of my chin. But my breathing remains composed, my heart rate staying pretty steady too. Is it because I've made up my mind to do this? Or am I just used to all this now? Even I'm not sure which is true. I leave the apartment and take a deep breath of fresh air. Tonight, I'm going to put an end to this. I arrive at Kisoji Station and make my way over to the Black Rabbit. The lights are on inside. Is Aunt Natsumi still there? Hey, Kijima! I let myself in. My throat's feeling a little better thanks to the meat I had. I walk in and find Rosé in good spirits. Aunt Natsumi is nowhere to be seen. Did you break into the place again? Alcohol is the salve that heals life's wear and tear. You could even say it's a life companion. You'll understand when you become an adult. Hey, so you're both here already. Pour me a glass too, Kijima. I'll take some of your top shelf bourbon, on the rocks if you please. Nice smile. Now that's what I call customer service. Our lives are on the line again tonight. Indulging in a good drink when facing down that situation is to be expected. So come on, don't keep your customers waiting. This is going on your tab. I've helped Aunt Natsumi at the bar before, so I know what to do. I go behind the counter and pull a bottle from the back. I put some ice into a rocks glass and pour the dark amber liquid in. A burnt smell wafts up. Bon impatiently snatches the glass from me and pounds down the liquor. Whew, that'll put hair on your chest. So Kijima, did you get us some info about Miroku? More or less. I filled him in on everything Aunt Natsumi told me about Yakumo Miroku last night. I see. It definitely looks like that cruel hobby of his definitely made its way into his work. But I'm finding it hard to believe that he'd abduct and kill young girls just for his writing. I tried following the thread of those previous abductions. Over the past few decades, 4 girls went missing near the Miroku residence. Half a year ago, a middle school girl named Tsubasa Aoi vanished. She was on her way back from ballet class. She was a pretty girl who people had expected to become a prima donna in the future. On her way back from ballet class? That means... Yeah, the recording on that T-tape is a news clip about Tsubasa Aoi's abduction. We also found a ballet flyer in the mansion. Could that have been... Yeah, Tsubasa Aoi was slated to perform in the show advertised on that flyer. I think she was the star of the second act. The second act was... Lac des Cranes, Duck Lake. Yeah, Tsubasa Aoi was going to play the part of the princess who gets turned into a duck. She was apparently really excited for it and put her heart and soul into practicing. She went to the ballet classroom every day and danced barefoot until the sun set. And then she went missing just before the show she was so eagerly awaiting to perform. What a soul-crushing tale. I'm sure that was devastating for her. Yeah. Okay, now for the rest. 10 years before that, a girl named Sachi Kirishima disappeared. Then, 20 years ago, it was Ai Mishima, and the last one was 30 years ago, Hana Manabe. You don't have any more info on those 3? Unfortunately, I couldn't fully investigate them. They're pretty old cases, after all. All I know is that they were all kids who were in their early teens. Tsubasa Aoi was the only middle schooler, but the other 3 were all in elementary school. The first letters of their name match the tapes. T-S-A-H. The pieces are all starting to fit together. I think we can safely assume that Yakumo Miroku abducted all those girls. Once every 10 years, a young girl around the same age was kidnapped by a children's author. Almost like some kind of ritual. It really piques one's curiosity. Miroku must have had some nerve. He kept kidnapping girls right by his house and no one ever put 2 and 2 together. I'd say it's the opposite, actually. For him, his neighborhood was the safest place to do it. Didn't your mother tell you? Most of Miroku's relatives are famous. Some of them are on the Shinzo Board Council, or they work somewhere in the government. They probably kept all heat off of Miroku just to make sure they didn't get any blowback. If people suspected a relative of theirs was a criminal, they could lose their positions. And such is the disgusting state of the world. People really are the worst monsters of all. For me, scumbags like that are a great business opportunity. Enough of that, though. Time to get to the mansion and put an end to this. Yeah, I'm expecting you two to earn that free drink you just had. Yeah, I'm planning on it, kid. I leave the Black Rabbit with 2 tipsy adults in tow. They'll probably sober up by the time we get to the Miroku residence. I walk alone down a path that I'm already far too familiar with. Just before I'm in sight of the Miroku residence, that horrifying presence appears once again. Countless mouths surface and begin crudely laughing.
It's almost the finale of the tale. The birdie becomes a crane and repays the man. Tonkarari, tonkarari from beyond the door.
However, I don't feel too bent out of shape. I figured it'd come right about now. Hey, you're here. What is it? You don't look too good. Did something happen on the way here? Well, that damn curse showed up. That time limit you were talking about. Mouths that only you can see appear, right? Sounds crazy to me, but... Spiritual phenomena that only affected the person can perceive are quite common. Besides, Kijima has his bloodmetry, remember? It's not unusual that he would see quite a few things that others can't. It's supposed to be a death curse, but you don't seem too phased, Kijima. Well, it's the third time it's happened. I think I'm kind of getting used to it. Getting used to it? Seriously? You really are an interesting child. I've seen many cursed people, but I've never seen anyone as dauntless as you. I guess Rosé's not the only one here who is fearless. I can't keep up with you two, jeez. In any case, I don't have much time. This will be settled before the sun rises. I see. Guess it is the third day after all. We're definitely getting closer to the truth. When it all comes down to it, our main issue... Rosé looks up at the window. Is the fact that we haven't gotten there. We'll get there, no matter what. Come on, let's start. Alright. So, oops, sorry. So, looking at the little guide I have here, it doesn't say who... it says to choose Bon. First, I didn't see that. Okay. So we'll choose him. Alright, Rosé, you be on the lookout. Aye, aye, sir. Then I'll see you later. Alright, let's go. We come to the front entrance of the Miroku residence once again. Three frames. That must mean we're supposed to hang the masks here. Yeah, I'm sure of that. My question is, where do we put each one? It's a decorative wooden frame. It must represent the types of masks that need to be put here. Miroku is a fairy tale novelist, so I'd bet that this is related to fairy tales. Well, when I think about fairy tales that deal with cherry blossoms, I think Hanasaka-ji-san. That's the one that I thought the Kubitaro one was based off of. You know, the one about the old man and the neighbor that kills the treasure-finding dog? In the end, the old man's cherry blossoms get him blessed, but the neighbor ends up in jail. Man, Japanese people in olden times really loved cherry blossoms. Oh, they're gorgeous. So, I think we use the dog mask. Go. I took out the dog mask. I set the dog mask in the left frame. It's probably something to indicate the types of masks that get set here. Miroku's... okay. Retribution, huh? Feels like a common theme for fairy tales. Kachi Kachi Mountain comes to mind, but there's no rabbit or raccoon mask, so that's not it. Alright. It must represent the type of... okay. But the last is a really vague clue. Maybe if we went with process of elimination, we could figure this out. Alright, so I'm going to cheat. So we use the pheasant mask on this one. And we use the monkey mask here. Then... whoa! The entrance to the secret passageway opens up once again. Nice, great job. I was just lucky. Come on, there's gotta be something pretty important up ahead. Alright. Something appears inside the secret passageway. It's a ladder. Man, it feels like we're finally going to put the finishing pieces on this story. It certainly is giving off a dangerous vibe. We better be prepared for anything if we're going to climb it. The door from earlier at the end of the path is gone. I climb up the ladder. I hold my breath as I climb up the ladder, and it was exactly as we figured. The vast attic fills our vision. Look, behind that sliding door. Yeah, let's be careful. An old paper lantern. For some reason, it's not dirty or covered in dust. It even looks as if it's been used recently. For some reason, the center feels slightly warm, like there'd been a flame there recently. The sliding doors are lit up by the lights. The light coming through is gentle and soft. I quietly edge over the sliding door, and as I extend my hand to open it, what the? An odd figure appears as we hear the voice. There it is. Is that thing the screaming author? I know it's dangerous, but we have to do this. No matter what's lurking behind the door, we can't just turn our backs here. I forcefully open the sliding door in an attempt to rid myself of my fear and doubt. There's nothing here. That's what it looks like. All we see is a completely empty room. The tatami is steeped in blood. The bloodstain is pretty big. Something terrible obviously happened here. I should be able to see something. I kneel on the tatami and adjust my breathing. I quietly press my palms against the mat. But a mass of jumbled images fills my mind, and I can't tie them into any single image. It seems like this blood doesn't just belong to one person. It's going to be really hard for me to get anything useful out of it. Okay. There's a lock on the chest. This lock is pretty old. I guess that woman's picking tools won't work on this relic. We're probably better off just hunting for the key. Doesn't look like Rosé will be able to get this old lock open right now. We are about to leave when I noticed a sheet of black paper that was under the chest. What's this? Carbon paper. I guess a kid like you wouldn't know. It's carbon paper. They use it to make copies. There's a dull antique mirror here. Nothing stands out about it other than the fact that it is so cloudy and doesn't reflect well. Used to make copies. Alright, we go to the bedroom now. So... What the? There's an old typewriter here. There are black stains all over the keys. The keys are completely rusted, and I'm not even sure if it'll work. There's always a sheet of paper set into it, and I see part of something typed on it. No ongaishi. No ongaishi? blank no ongaishi. Well, we obviously got to fill in the blank. Seems like a reference to that crane story. So something fairy tale related that would complete. That would be like pronounced. They would say that the OX, like the maru batsu no ongaishi. Carbon paper. Take out the carbon paper from my bag. Can we use this? Bond carefully examines the typewriter. Well, I think it'll work. You should be able to get some letters if you put it in between the hammers and the paper. Put the carbon paper into the typewriter to take the place of the ink ribbon. Yeah, we already read all that. The rust on the keyboard actually seems like it could be dried blood. I'll give it a shot. Feel around a section of the keys that looks particularly dirty. Okay, it was blood. I hear coughing sounds. They sound like they're from a person that's in pain. I think I've heard this voice before. This voice. Eventually the coughing stops, and then, in a firm voice, the voice says something. Just now, that was him. It's the voice of the man on the tape. Did you hear something? Engrave my fairy tale. That's what he said. As I speak the words, the typewriter begins to make sounds on its own. Is he telling us to type it with this? A, B, S, T, U are the only working keys, so the word must only use those letters. Alright, so as you know, there is one thing we can spell with these, and that is Tsubasa. And it should be noted that instead of the typical TSU, it's been spelled TU. So press T, Tsu, Ba, Sa. Tubasa. I fill all of it out. Whoa! The keyboard starts clattering on its own again. Even the keys that were stuck fast earlier are now smoothly typing onto the paper. Oh, I think that this is what they refer to as psychography. He gawked at it as the paper fills with sentences and rolls out of the typewriter. We pick up the paper and look it over. This is what was written on it. I failed with many of them in the past. However, I managed to save the fourth birdie. Though it is their role, all the birdies have lost all four limbs. It's truly saddening. The fourth birdie wails that it does not want to be seen and it wants to die. Truly a pity. I shall at least give her wings and transform her from a little birdie into a beautiful crane. If she became a crane, I'm sure it would show me utmost gratitude, even if it died. That's all that the typewriter writes. Oh, what? Hey, Kijima? Suddenly Bond points to the bed. Take a look at that. Yeah, I see it. What is that? When did it get that way? There's now a bulge in the bed that looks like someone is sleeping in it. The bed is bulging suspiciously. The bulge is about the size of a grown man lying down sideways. It smells like rotten food. Yeah. A powerful stench violates our noses. We had been in this room several times before, but it never smelled like it did now. Something has definitely gone bad here. I'm sure it's what's causing that bulge. Kijima, try looking under the sheet. Why me? The smell gets more and more intense as I get closer to the bed. Trying to breathe as little as possible, I place my hand at the corner of the blanket and I pull it back in one motion. Oh. What the fuck is this? On the bed lies a lump of meat that is covered in rot. The skin of what looks like a head on the pillow seems to be infested with maggots. It looks like the corpse of a man. Why are there so many arms? The most bizarre thing about the corpse is that there are many arms stapled together. They're all skinny and flexible looking. They must belong to little girls. Looks like the kids' arms are embalmed. I'm guessing they belong to the girl from the tape. Bond's words cut off. Why would anyone do this? Did the spirit do this? I wouldn't be so sure. Take a look at the tool next to the corpse. It's a surgical stapler. It's used to staple open wounds shut. It's for stapling together flesh, you mean? Yeah, you got it. There's a chance this man stapled those arms to his own body himself. I can't bear to look at the freakish corpse any longer, so I cover it and leave the room. That corpse, it must be Yakumo Miroku. I don't know what he looks like, but judging by the white hair, I'd bet it was him. Hang on. If Miroku's here, then who's the screaming author? Someone who died in this place while leaving behind an intense grudge. And if it isn't Miroku, you know who that leaves, right? Hearing the word grudge, my mind immediately thinks of the tear-filled screams and pleas of the girls that were recorded on those tapes. That means I recall the contents of the Tsubasa no Ongaishi that came out of the typewriter earlier. I failed with many of them in the past. However, I managed to not kill the fourth birdie, because I'm sure that even if it were to die, it would be able to die in peace. We haven't found the fourth girl doll, and what the title Tsubasa no Ongaishi indicates, the spirit must be T, the last girl killed by Miroku. Fuck. I feel my stomach turn once again, yet another time it's happened since I entered this place. I'm sure any sane person would feel the same. But I can't allow myself to look away from it. I have to face the tragic reality. If I can't, then I may as well just embrace my coming death. Oh, right. Let me give this to you. It was next to the pillow where the corpse was. Bond tosses a small pouch to me. It contains an old key, a syringe with liquid, and an empty medicine bottle. The label on the bottle reads, Midazolam. Midazolam is a benzodiazepine sedative. It's used in pre-anesthetic medication. He might have been using it when he was operating on the kids. The key is probably... It probably goes to the chest in the attic. The size matches with the keyhole. The old chest sitting in the back of the attic that seemed like it was hidden away. Seems like it's finally time to open it. This feeling... The screams from the mouths pierce my brain.
The tale has reached happily ever after. Don't begin, don't begin, don't begin, don't begin, don't begin, don't begin, don't. Please don't look, don't look, don't look, don't, please don't look. Please don't, please don't, please don't look.
I don't have much time left. I gotta go to the attic. We return to the attic. The paper lantern is emitting a white light. What the hell's going on? The sliding door is now completely open, and I hear what sounds like pained breathing. What do you mean you pleaded? After clicking my tongue, I walk towards the voice to see what's there. My whole body is wrapped up in something that comes from overhead. I'm quickly jerked up into the air, and the impact causes me to drop my flashlight. Oh crap, the flashlight! I feel like I'm a bug that's flailing around inside a spider web. Fuck, what the hell's going on? Bon, you're in the way! Move over! How exactly do you want me to do that? I'm completely flipped upside down. I squeeze my head against Bon's body so I can actually see. A dark silhouette falls from the ceiling, and its outline begins to gradually form. Shit. So this is the screaming author. From the front, a scream pierces my mind and I see stars for a minute. Think, how should I deal with this? Once again, I take a deep breath and try to focus my concentration on one point. But I think the fact that I'm all tied up like this is preventing me from fully concentrating. You gotta be kidding me. I have to stop that voice. Damn it, I can't move. Hey, I can move an arm. That's something, right? What do we do? Alright. So as I mentioned, I'm cheating. The wire is stretched very tightly. It feels like it'd cut me if I touched it. It's vibrating considerably. Maybe it's resonating with the screen. That's right, back at the passage. Rosé mimicked a communicating cry, and we managed to survive. Hurry it up! I'm going to die! Hey, take the clump of stiff hair out of my backpack. Clump of stiff hair. What in the hell are you going to do with that? Stop talking, just hurry up and get it. Okay, got it. What do you want me to do with it? Rub it against the wire as hard as you can. You know what, whatever, here goes. Yeah, just trust him. Bond straightens the bundle of hair and firmly rubs it on the wire. The hair is still being rubbed on the wire, and the scream gradually dies down. The screaming author moves a bit, which causes us to move around quite a bit too. In my new position, I can't see what's in front of me once again. On the bright side, the movement also frees up one of my arms. Hey, you alright? Damn it, these wires have got me wrapped tight. The voice is coming from above me. Looks like the weight I feel on my back is Bon. Forcing my head into a position where I can see again, I see the screaming author's bird-like leg. Is it crying? Just kill it! If it screams again, we're done for. Not a crane. What the hell does it want me to do? This creepy-looking leg looks like a bird's. Perhaps because it notices me looking at its leg, the screaming author gets noisy. I remember what was written on the ballet flyer that we found in the bedroom. First act, collection of pieces, ballet, others. Second act, Lac des Cain. Please enjoy their energy and spirit as they perform adorned in adorable colors. If the screaming author is Child T, the girl who was killed last, she must regret how she wasn't able to perform at the recital. I take out the spray paint, reach towards the leg, and start spraying. Hey, what are you doing? I paint the bird-like yet leg yellow. The screaming author looks at its legs and it feels like it smiles a bit. The screaming author repositions itself once more. Whoa! I feel like I'm a blender or a clothes dryer as my world flips upside down. Oh. I'm all tangled up again. Can only move my leg. And this time I'm upside down. It's a bit more slack now. But if it keeps doing this, it's gonna kill me. What's it saying? Hey, what's wrong? If you don't pay attention, you're going to get us flipped over again. I know. Let's do this. I see the fire from the paper lantern at the tatami mats above my head. I might be able to reach it. Alright. Take the incense from my backpack and light it on fire with the paper lantern. Paper lantern. That seems far. Can I reach it? Bon tries to reach the lantern. Damn it. The incense just can't quite reach the paper lantern. Well, in that case... Hey, this is going to hurt a bit, but focus and power through, okay? Wait, what are you planning? My reply to Bon is a heavy kick to the back with my free leg. Good God, that hurts! The force of the kick is enough to get the incense to touch the lantern's flames. Smoke creeps out of the incense where it touched the fire and it quietly starts to burn. Alright, I have a fire source now. Just gotta find a spot that'll burn easily. The screaming author flaps again, and my world spins around once more. I'm now basically face to face with it, which makes it seem intentional. Whoa. Bon is rendered speechless. The screaming author sounds like it's trying to tell us something. Damn it, I'm all wrapped up again. Hold on, I'll end this. Alright. I can see the torso of the screaming author. It hurts to see its tattered clothes. Where should I strike to finish it off? Wait, Bon, pass me that incense. Like it's that simple. Bon moves around, though bound, and tries to hand me the lit incense, but... We try a bunch of times, but I still can't get it. It's no use, I can't reach you. So we have no choice. Throw it to me. Guess we're all in on this. Alright, here's hoping we don't crap out. With a flick of the wrist, the lit incense gets tossed towards me in an odd arc. If I just sit like this, I won't catch it. Come on, reach! The wire digs deep into my flesh, but I fight through the pain and reach out for it. Hot! The incense scorches my fingertips, but I manage to grab hold of it. Nice catch. Now finish it! This'll do it. I stretch my arm out as far as I can and press the lit incense onto the screaming author. Hey, what's happening? Just hold on, I'll... The screaming author stares at us quietly, but... Then it shakes its head slightly and takes a deep breath to scream once again. But just at that moment, its clothes catch fire and the flames engulf them. Inside the flames, the screaming author kicks its legs, almost joyfully, and then falls to ashes on top of the tatami mat. Ow! The wires that had held us tight are cut, and we drop pretty roughly. Well, looks like we lived through this. Yeah, somehow. Like usual, the curse disappears. But wondering how much longer this is going to keep happening makes me depressed. I look at the floor where the screaming author fell to the ground, but it had disappeared. Now there was just a pool of blood in its place. If you use your powers, you should be able to get some information about your sister, right? Come on, hurry up and try it. Yeah. Getting closer to the pool of blood, I slowly press my fingertip against it. I see Ami trapped in a place that seems to be the bathroom. It's the same scene as before. It is now 2 weeks since Ami disappeared, so I'd been worried about her health, but inside the vision, it doesn't look like Ami's any different than she was when she was taken. I want to get out. How long do I have to stay in here? Mom? Big brother? Ami groans in a tearful voice with her head drooped down. I hear a high-pitched sound like two hard objects rubbing against each other next to Ami. Ami's entire body lurches up as if she was just hit with an electric shock. Ami, I came to play with you. Kakuya appears and gently pets Ami's head. At the same time, a doll arm under her sleeve tightly grips Ami's body, almost as if it was intended to be seen by anyone watching this vision. Ami, have you gotten used to Kakurio? Ami seems to be refusing to raise her head to answer Kakuya's question. Kakurio is a different world. You used to live in Utsushio. Here you won't get hungry or get old. You'll just keep on playing with Kakuya, right here. Until Kakuya gets bored. If you get bored, will you take me back? No, I won't. I'll break you. Kakuya doesn't like chatting because you reveal secrets. Huh? What did I tell? Who did I tell? Kakuya must be upset about me saying something about NG. But Ami wouldn't know that I know. Because she doesn't know that I'm watching her like this. But you can relax. I won't break you until I get bored. Ami, what do you want to play today? Tag? Hide and seek? Word games? House? Or... Ami? Seems like you saw her. So, how did it go? From what Kakuya said, it sounds like Ami is trapped in a place called Kakurio. Kakurio. Like the Kakurio mentioned in Shinto? What, you know something about it? Just the basics of the religion. We're in Utsushio, the realm of the living. Kakuryō refers to the realm of the dead. I'm not entirely sure the Kakuryō that Kakuya is talking about is the same thing. That's not what I'm interested in. How do I get to Kakuryō? Why the hell do you think I would know? I bet even Rosé wouldn't know. We don't even know what Kakuya means by Kakuryō, so how would I know how to get there? I now know that Ami is in Kakuryō. Unfortunately, I don't know what or where that is. Am I really powerless to help her? Don't get down, Kijima. Focus on what you can do for now. Let's open up that chest. That's what we came here for. I put the key in the lock, lift the lid of the chest. I saw a small, oddly shaped doll and a thick envelope. What? I feel compelled to scoop up the doll. It's an odd design with a girl's head on top of a stringy body. Kinda looks like Kakuya. The face has a familiar hairstyle and hair color. It does a very good job of looking like Kakuya. Why is a doll with Kakuya's face here? Kakuya? Seriously? Why would this be in the Miroku residence? Don't ask me. How the hell should I know? The talk of dolls reminds me of the dolls with the girls' spirits in them that we found. I wonder if there's some sort of bloody source related to this doll, too. I couldn't help but think this doll is important, so I shove it into my pocket. And what about that envelope? I opened the envelope at Bond's request. It contains scratch paper with detailed descriptions of things and some photos of girls. It's a memo left behind by Yakumo Miroku. It looks like he wrote about the girls he killed. But even with this, we still can't figure out why Miroku did such a horrible thing. And these photos are... In the photos, I see a girl dancing on the stage wearing a white ballet outfit. This is from a ballet recital. That's right, the victim went missing when she was coming home from ballet practice. I recall the appearance of the screaming author. Turned into... that. What the screaming author actually didn't want us to see. It was probably... Maybe that's why she attacked us here. She was probably afraid that we'd compare her to the photos of her old self that were in here. We leave the burnt-smelling attic, all of us full of dreary feelings. Well, you two certainly took quite a long time. I'd like to be filled in immediately, but the patrols are just about to start. We should leave here immediately. Let's meet at the Black Rabbit. I'll tell you what happened at the bar. Yeah, alright. I could use a bit of a memory eraser after all the crap we just went through. Well, I'm charging you this time. I part with the other two and head to the station. Because I run to the train, I managed to reach Kisoji Station earlier than they do. Why do you all not just go together? Makes no sense. I find Aunt Natsumi in the Black Rabbit. She turns to me, looking unhappy. Something's off. She's not her usual friendly self. Perfect timing. I was about to call you. What's up? A detective was just here. A lady named Oe. You know her, right? Oe. Yeah, I remember her. That tall lady, right? Miss Oe is helping me with Ami's case. She's told me a lot. Like that you've been out late at night recently. I guess that lady detective went and ran her mouth to Aunt Natsumi. Is this her way of trying to pressure me because I was being uncooperative with her? You're doing something dangerous, aren't you? I can tell from those scratches on your arms. I look down my arms and realize that I've got a number of scratches on them. I must have gotten them when I was being swung around by the screaming author. You're doing this for Ami, aren't you? You're looking for some girl in a kimono, right? Miss Oe told me that you said when you talked to the police. After Ami suddenly vanished from the bathroom, you met a girl in a kimono. And that girl said she kidnapped Ami, right? Yeah, that's right. So, it's just like Miss Oe said. The other police I talked to didn't tell me anything about that. Probably because it sounds so absurd. But why didn't you tell me yourself? Isn't it obvious? I didn't think you'd believe me either. Yeah, I probably wouldn't have taken you seriously. But I haven't learned anything these past 2 weeks. At this point, your story about her being spirited away is my best lead. Akira, you'll tell me, right? She looks at me with a burning determination. The desperation of a mother who's lost her child. The persistence to find that child. I can't keep hiding it from her. Okay, I'll tell you everything. Give me a few minutes. I've got some people who are helping me. If they help me explain it, it'll make everything a bit easier to believe. Eventually, Bon and Rosé arrive at the bar. After formally introducing Aunt Natsumi to them, we start to talk about everything that's happened. We tell her about Kakuya, our investigations, spirits, Kakuya's game. When I'm unsure how I should explain something, Bon and Rosé help me out. Aunt Natsumi listens quietly until the very end, never interrupting. So that's what happened. She seems shocked. It's not unexpected. I've actually faced a number of spirits now, and I still wonder if it's all just some nightmare. I understand if you don't believe our story, but every bit of it is true. Your daughter was kidnapped by this Kakuya doll. We and Kijima are pursuing it. I don't want you to get your hopes up for no reason, but at least your daughter's still alive. According to Kijima, people don't get hungry in the realm of the dead. Realm of the dead. Kakurio. She repeats those words to herself quietly. Natsumi, if there's anything at all that makes a connection for you, let us know. We need all the information we can get. Right. I don't remember it very well, but I think Miroku once wrote a story about the realm of the dead. Oh, Yakumo Miroku again, huh? This guy seems to have quite a few connections to Kakuya. Could it all be mere coincidence? How fascinating. When I hear Miroku's name, I remember all the disgusting, grotesque things I saw tonight. The corpse with girl's arms sewed onto it. That was what became of Yakumo Miroku, the children's author who murdered little girls. His acts of insanity and the girls' screams are all recorded on those tapes. Wait. Hey, Aunt Natsumi, I want to ask you something. Was Miroku a pedophile? What? Her eyes go wide at the unexpected question, but I press her again. Was Miroku a piece of crap who got off on tormenting kids? From what I know of him, he didn't have any hobbies like that. I never heard Satomi mention it either, but she was obsessed with him. Huh. I'm sure he hid his guilty pleasure so that nobody else would find out. But the way Miroku sounded on that tape still bothers me. I can't believe someone who spoke so calmly could be doing something so depraved. Hey Kijima, what's bothering you? You can't explain what we saw there without concluding that the guy was insane. Yeah, I know, but something's bugging me. It's on the tip of my tongue, but I just can't figure out how to put it into words. Anyway, I've got a request for you, Miss Manager. Could you look into that book of Miroku's that references the realm of the dead? Just in case, you know? Yes, I'll do my best. Bon, Rosé, I'm putting Ami's fate in your hands. Aunt Natsumi shudders and breaks down into tears. I'm not cut out for this gloomy stuff. Look, we'll find your daughter, all right? In exchange, stock up on decent booze for us. Bourbon's older than 10. That'll be fine by me. Akira, I'm so sorry. I'm putting you in danger. But there's nobody else I can turn to now. Please, save Ami. Thanks. The next thing I know, it's already past midnight. We say goodbye to Aunt Natsumi and leave the bar. Alright, we'll save. We'll continue just a little bit. Well then, I'll be taking my leave. I am a denizen of the night after all. There is much to do before the sun rises. Stop trying to sound cool. We all know you're probably just going to wander around drinking until the break of dawn. Kijima, let me know if Kakuya contacts you again. I'll be there in a flash if you need me. Rosé disappears in the direction of the taxi stand. Oh, we're finally freed of that woman. I can't handle selfish, inconsiderate women like her. Oh, please, she's not that bad. You two actually seem pretty similar in that category to me, old man. Same to you, twerp. Anyway, come with me. Huh? I'd rather just get some sleep. Quit griping. I'm pulling rank and telling you to come out, so shut up and follow me. What are you, a drill sergeant? Where are you dragging me? If it's pachinko or mahjong, I'm going home. Where? Well, to the Miroku residence. I go back to the Miroku residence with Bon. Hold on a moment. Okay, sorry about that. On the way, I ask Bon repeatedly why we're going there. But all I get is some lame reply like, just to take care of some business. I guess I'll see when we get there for myself. Why do we gotta do this now? Unlike kids, adults don't get anything like a summer break. I'm busy during the day, so I gotta fit this stuff in whenever I can. Bet you get national holidays and stuff, right? Yeah, but that's horse racing season. It's not a vacation for me. I really shouldn't have asked. I just wasted my time. That's what you get for playing detective. Come on, let's get a move on. So where are we going in here? We're not messing with that corpse, are we? Shut it. I don't want to remember that. We're going up to the attic. We pass through the hidden hallway and climb up the old rickety wooden ladder. We're back in the attic again. I can still faintly detect a burnt stench. Alright, let's get down to business. Bon puts his hand in his pocket. He takes out a small, thin box. What's in that? Incense, obviously. We're holding a memorial, though, just a quick one. Come on, you say a quick prayer too. You don't want to get on her bad side. Bon takes a small incense burner out of his pocket and places it in a corner of the room. He sets up the incense and lights it. The unique fragrance of incense fills the room. That should do it. Honestly, it would have been better to do this right after we took care of her. But the patrolman was about to come around. You take this stuff pretty seriously, huh? You always do stuff like this? I'm not that virtuous. I only offer up incense when kids have gotten wrapped up in a case. I lost my son to a spirit. What? Did you just say you had a son? What's that look for? Is it honestly so strange that I'd have a wife and kid? Well, they're both ancient history to me now, anyway. It wasn't Kakuya that did it, was it? No, it wasn't. The spirit's already been dealt with. The head of that one family and a crappy detective got it. Which... I'm trying to remember who killed a child. I don't remember. Is that the guy who's your sponsor? Yeah, that's right. Guess Rosé told you. Then there's nothing to take revenge on. There's no reason for you to risk your life hunting spirits. It's part of my journalistic nature. While I was pursuing my son's killer, I was introduced to the world of spirits. Each and every spirit is hiding some dark truth underneath all its artifices. I guess I'm just helplessly drawn to uncovering those truths. I want to expose all their secrets. Bon's eyes light up in the darkness, like he's stalking some kind of majestic beast. But I feel like I also catch a hint of sadness in that sparkle too. Maybe it's just my imagination. And to do that, I'll risk putting myself in danger and occasionally help put a kid to rest. So, you better make yourself useful, Kijima. You're such a nice guy. Enough rambling. We're done here, so let's head back. I shine the flashlight down at our feet as we make our way to the ladder. The bloodstain on the floor emerges from the darkness as the light catches it. Rest in peace, young lady. By the time we reach the station, the last train has already left. I've got no other choice, so I get a taxi to take me back home. Of course, I have Bond covered the fare. When I close the front door, I feel all the energy drain out of me and I let out a big sigh. This long day is finally over. All right. Collapsing on the bed, I shut my eyes. Those tortures that took place at the Miroku residence. The 4 murdered girls, plus the killer himself, Yakumo Miroku, turned up dead too. What the hell was going on in that mansion? I don't know the answer to that yet. Will we find out soon? My thoughts run away from me, and before I know it, the sky's bright out. I really should get some sleep. Sorry if you hear construction going on. Even though the city's on lockdown, there's still some work being done. I guess construction's a job where there isn't really a lot of people in close proximity to each other. A day passes since the events at the Miroku residence. I waste the day doing nothing until night arrives. Yesterday's events have completely drained me. It's Hazuki. Good morning, Kijima. Sorry I couldn't call before now. People from the agency have been haunting me like ghosts. So how's it going? Did you learn anything about Ami? Yeah, I know where she is, but I've got no clue how to get there. I'm not sure what that's supposed to mean. I didn't get telepathic powers yet, so could you try and explain it in more detail? I tell Hazuki that Ami's been trapped in the realm of the dead. I include the events at the Miroku residence, too. Realm of the dead? That's right up my alley, but unfortunately, I don't know how to get there. Sorry, but you're going to have to leave that up to a specialist. I've got no idea either. I just gotta trust in Bon and Rosé. Waiting around is frustrating, though. Yeah, I know what you mean. The agency's watching me when I go out, and my family's watching when I'm home. The only time alone I get is when I'm in the bath or on the toilet. That's still going on, huh? Has one step short of a scandal, after all. I guess the agency covered it up, though. If I get a chance, I'll definitely get out. You got it. Who else is going to help you with all the supernatural stuff? Yeah, say whatever you want. By the way, Amanoma, he's still sleeping. Both his body and mind are working normally, but he still won't wake up. If the coma's Kakuya's doing, then the doctors won't be able to do anything about it. Will Amanoma wake up if I keep going after Kakuya? Just gotta trust that will happen. That's all I can do to help. Okay, I've gotta go. They'll suspect me if I'm in the bathroom too long. Talk to you later, Kijima. Hazuki doesn't look like she's changed much. I only met her 3 weeks ago, but it seems like we've known each other for a lifetime. I wonder if I'll ever live a normal life again. I guess hearing Hazuki's voice has relaxed me. I'm suddenly sleepy. I might actually be able to sleep now. May as well lie down. Collapsing on the bed, I shut my eyes. I bet it's because I didn't get much sleep yesterday, but I find myself dozing off. Alright, we will end the video there. And then next one we'll start up the next spirit. Alright, well thank you all for watching. See you soon.